Ever since the images of a computer-generated Sonic the Hedgehog hit the internet, most people cringed immediately at how weird it looked. And the apparent lack of effort put into the design left many people feeling pessimistic about how good the movie will end up being. But even though I agree Sonic looks even uglier than my dad's friend Lonnie, I honestly think the Sonic the Hedgehog movie looks alright. And before everyone shoves a Chaos Emerald at my BUT for making such a blasphemous statement, I'll kindly ask that you make yourselves comfortable, put your YouTube goggles on, barricade the door and don't let anybody in no matter what, press the subscribe button if you haven't already, and allow me, the third fastest thing alive Cameron, to tell you why the Sonic the Hedgehog movie just might turn out alright. Alright, so I suppose I have some splaining to do for actually thinking this looks good. But I feel like people already had their minds made up that they were gonna hate this movie solely based on how terrible Sonic's design looked. I'm not saying the movie's gonna be fantastic or anything like that. I just don't think it's gonna fail to be entertaining for like 90 minutes or so. I mean, I really think it looks fine. Better than forgettable movies like Alvin and the Chipmunks, at least. But to be honest, the fact that it looks decent is actually what worries me the most. When I first heard they were making a Sonic the Hedgehog movie, all I could think about is how it would even be possible to make it good. But with Jim Carrey attached to the project, I had faith they might actually be able to pull it off. And then when I saw those first images of Sonic, my expectations changed, but I got even more excited for the movie because I thought it'd end up being so bad that it's actually good, like The Room. But now that the trailer finally came out and it ended up looking decent, it looks like those dreams of mine are slowly slipping away. Because as bad as Hollywood movies can be, they're never bad enough to be good, especially with a $90 million budget. And I don't think Jim Carrey'd ever consciously join a movie that he knew was gonna end up being that bad either. But then again, with all of his antics from Man on the Moon and trying to pretend Andy Kaufman was channeling his spirit through him, he just might be weird enough to think the best move for his career is to consciously join a horrible movie just to become a meme. Or maybe he's doing this movie as a favor to impress a loved one or something, I don't know. M. Bison's actor for the Street Fighter movie from the 90s did that. Either way, it looks like Jim Carrey's gonna be the best thing about the movie. His lines in the trailer weren't all that great, but the delivery was intriguing enough to make me want to see more. But as far as the bad things about the trailer go, the jokes were pretty run-of-the-mill, the CG looked subpar, and for some reason they used straight gangster rap.
Straight gangster rap?
Straight gangster rap.
Oh. Okay.
I get that Sonic's going against the government, but I'd consider him to be more of an anarchist than a gangster, who's apparently an alien now, too. In the trailer, Sonic told some random man, basically I'm here to save your planet, and the military thinks he's from space as well. But while it might piss a lot of fans off that they're going the Michael Bay route, personally, I don't really care. After all, according to Sonic himself in an interview with a Japanese Sega magazine from 1990, he's originally from Christmas Island, which he described as another world. Weird. But even if they changed his origins for the movie, I really don't see why people care, because, I mean, it's just Sonic. And I'm a big fan of the games, but his track record isn't exactly spotless. So even if this movie absolutely tanks, we all know Sonic's gonna be able to take another hit. If I had to guess though, I'd say the movie will probably end up doing alright, even if people are seeing it as a joke. And if the movie ends up being particularly awful, I do think it'll do even better. Sadly though, my only remaining hope for the movie being truly awful is if the trailer tried really hard to salvage the least terrible scenes, which actually does happen sometimes. I decided I was gonna wait a little bit to make a video on it, but I'm pretty surprised to see how overwhelming the negative reaction was. I'm not saying the movie looks like it's gonna be as good as Detective Pikachu, but it still looks like it's gonna be a lot better than the movies based on Super Mario, Double Dragon, Prince of Persia, and pretty much all the other ones too. And then have been even more forgettable than they already are had they not been linked to popular video game franchises. And I get that it's really not saying much if Sonic ends up being better than those movies. But still though, even if the acting isn't gonna be so bad it's good like Sonic Adventure, the Sonic movie still looks like it's gonna give us plenty to talk about when it comes out. And if you ask me, I think that qualifies as entertaining. And if you're impressed with all the memes we got out of the trailer alone, then just think about the potential the full movie holds with scenes we don't even know about yet. All I can honestly say is that I don't really see why the negative reaction's so strong. I know Sonic looks creepy. I mean, it's almost as if they made the movie before getting Sega's permission with a backup plan of calling it something else and legally being able to get away with it since it barely looks like Sonic in the first place. But what did people really want from a Sonic movie? Well, I guess most people would rather the movie not have been made at all. But even if the movie ends up sucking ass, it's not gonna hurt the legacy of the games. At worst, we're gonna get something hilarious, and at best, we're gonna get an awesome Sonic movie. And I do think a high-quality Sonic movie is possible. I mean, just look at Pixar. Their stories are basic as hell, and the movies usually end up amazing. So I don't care what anybody says, there's definitely some combination of words and events that are possible to make an amazing Sonic movie. And even though it looks like 2019's movie didn't figure out what the combination was, I don't care even a little bit that the attempt was made. Because it's not like any crappy movie-based video games ever ruin their movies. So how could a video game-based movie ever ruin a video game franchise? And if there's no real risk in tarnishing the legacy of Sonic games any more than they already have been, then why not just let him attempt to bring him to the big screen? I'm sure I'm not even gonna have to ask you to leave comments below on such a polarizing topic. Still though, let me know what you think about the Sonic movie in the comments below. Are you guys pissed that they even made it in the first place, or do you think it has a chance to actually be good? Either way, let me know what you think in the comments below, and as always, I'll pin whatever I find most entertaining or intriguing. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to see more videos like this. And if you want to help this channel grow, then simply liking and sharing goes a long way. My name's Cameron, and I'll see you next time.
So I want to say thank you to your loyalty, thank you for your support.